Okay, hello everyone. Welcome to this edition of the Pro Wrestling Show presents the NXT Ring Report. I'm your host as always, Kendra Diggs here. Glad you can join us here on the NXT Ring Report. Join in the conversation using the hashtag Pro Wrestling here on Connect. And don't forget to subscribe. Subscribing is caring. Tell a friend, call a friend, hit that subscribe button so you won't miss a thing here on the NXT Ring Report. As you see right here, Becky Lynch coming fresh off her win from last week, winning the NXT Women's Championship. We'll talk about some news that Becky Lynch made tonight that a lot of people are talking and buzzing about what's next for Becky Lynch. So we ain't gonna waste no time whatsoever. We're gonna get things started right now here on the NXT Ring Report. We kick things off with this. The man, Becky Lynch, came out there. Becky Lynch, the man, after a week winning the NXT Women's Championship, and she drew some big numbers for the NXT brand for her moment. And who can forget Becky Lynch making sure? But Tiffany Stratton, the former women's champion, had to make it personal and make it personal indeed. She came out there. Becky was trying to give her a wild speech. Becky Lynch right here coming out here posing with the championship, posing with the title, knowing that the championship stays intact. Becky Lynch. But Becky Lynch came out there and gave Tiffany Stratton a big ultimatum indeed on what was going on with her and stuff. Becky Lynch got confronted by Tiffany. Tiffany Stratton wanted her rematch. Becky Lynch told her anywhere, anytime, you just make the match happen, make it possible. Well, Becky Lynch wanted the match. Tiffany Stratton told her it wasn't gonna be the night. Becky wanted the championship match to be, but it wasn't gonna be the case tonight. Case did not be that way tonight. Now we know that in merely 2 weeks away, Becky Lynch will take on Tiffany Stratton 1-on-1 for the in a rematch. But this time it's going to be an Extreme Rules match for the NXT Women's Championship. We just found out Becky Lynch set to defend her championship in a Extreme Rules match. The match will be Extreme indeed. Becky Lynch knows a thing or two about being in Extreme Rules matches. She had her fair share of matches and stuff. Tiffany Stratton is going to put her body to the line, get a shot at regaining the NXT Women's Championship. What a way to do so! What a way to get things going! But I think Tiffany Stratton, she's not going to be playing Barbie this time. If she wants to get her championship back, it's going to be tough. It's going to be hard. But these women had a battle last week, and what a battle it was! It was a battle to get where they need to be for Becky Lynch and Tiffany Stratton. But we'll see because we know that Tiffany Stratton would pull out no punches to get her title back. And will this make her better? We'll see. But we'll see going forward and stuff with Becky Lynch and Tiffany Stratton. But we know this that Tiffany Stratton teamed up with somebody that she's familiar with. She teamed up with Kakita James tonight. Tiffany Stratton and Kakita James gonna team up against Becky Lynch. Let's hope that they can put their differences aside. And I think they did. We'll see later on. Well, we told you this that Butch, we can find Butch. Butch, who's entering the Global Heritage Tournament. Butch got himself into a role. Butch, better known as Pete Dunne, wanted to get into the tournament. I think he did, but he had to go through hoops and stuff. Butch went through a lot of hoops tonight to get an opportunity, and Butch getting the shot that he wants and he will get against what's his name and against Pete Dunne, who he had a feud with a couple of years ago. Remember the NXT Championship? Well, you know, they Bush Dunn and stuff. How this gonna go down the road, but we'll see eventually. But we know this that Metaphor, Noam Dar's group, they had like the Matrix. They were trying to do the red pill, white pill situation. I think we're getting a taste of what it's gonna be, and it's the stupidest thing ever. But we get to see this a lot of stuff that we saw tonight on NXT being being that way and stuff on how it's gonna go. And we saw so we just have to wait and see on how it's gonna go. But let's see where Butch and Pete Dunne. No, they have no strength to each other. They know how to beat each other up. And we told you this, Becky Lynch will take on Tiffany Stratton and Katia Jane later on in the show. But I think Butch, Pete Dunne hit that Michinoku driver, hit the 1, 2, 3. So we can see and we can shout it and stuff. How it's gonna go. See. Let's see. And power bomb it was to do. Mitch hit it and me Butch hit it. Got the 1, 2, 3. Was done. What he was done with tonight was hit the Michigan Uncle Jar to get a 1, 2, 3 and got the win. Well, we told you this that Eddie Dort. Eddie Dort was in action. Eddie Dort he came out there to challenge Dijak to a match. Eddie Dort wants a match against Dijak. He's wearing these weird stuff, make him look weird with earrings and hoops or whatever you want to call it. But Eddie Thorpe was in action, seeking out that he wants Dijak, and he wants Dijak in the worst way. He wants to get revenge on Dijak. He issues a match against Dijak in a scrap match. So Eddie Thorpe will meet Dijak in a scrap match. We'll see that scrap match coming up sometime next week between Eddie Thorpe and Dijak. How that's gonna play out stuff. All right. I tell you this, Roxanne Perez. Who saw Roxanne Perez? Roxanne Perez made it seem like she's on the road. She kind of was in Becky Lynch's locker room trying to see that Becky Lynch and her wanted to team up, but Becky told her that she really, Roxanne was telling her that she'll team up with Becky Lynch, but Becky Lynch said, no thanks and stuff. Becky Lynch is going to be alone and do it on her own. I think Roxanne was in action tonight. I don't know who she went against, but I think she went against somebody. I think she went against Dana Brooke or somebody in the match. So Roxanne Perez getting a revenge as well as this. Chase University's Andrew Chase helping to beat Dominics for Big Duke Hudson and stuff. Andrew Chase and Duke Hudson moves on. I think the global international name Duke Hudson close, and we'll see how that's going to play out eventually and stuff. So we'll see. Speaking of Schism no longer with their other two members, the Dyad, as they're trying to recruit Trick Williams. Trick Williams came out there, and Trick Williams, he's been having a rough time as of late. Trick Williams, not with his boy Carmelo, and Trick and Carmelo go on their separate ways, but they're still friends. But they want to. Trick said that he wants to do it on his own, so we're gonna see Trick Williams do it on his own later on. And Carmelo, speaking of Carmelo, Carmelo Hayes, the NXT champion. He was in action tonight. Carmelo Hayes took on Dominic Mysterio in a match. Carmelo Hayes and Dominic Mysterio was in a match. We can show Dominic how that went down. Carmelo Hayes versus Dominic Mysterio. Dominic Mysterio no longer not with his mommy, Rhea Ripley, who's been injured herself. Rhea been put out the shelf a little bit due to the hands of Nia Jax. But Rhea Ripley wasn't there to help save Dom Dom from his troubles later on and stuff. Uh, Dominic probably hold his own tonight stuff against Carmelo Hayes. Um, Just the match ended with no contest after Dominic Mysterio running away from Carmelo after Dragunov want to get his hands on Carmelo to prove that he could be the one to be NXT champion. The, the sick man, it looks like who was a Russian leader or something like that back in the day. A sick individual, a sick dude. Tell you that right now. Dragunov will get an opportunity for the NXT title. As well as this, Dominic laid on his back. Dominic will defend his championship this Monday on Raw against Dragon Lee. What a match that's going to be. I guess somebody seeing what somebody else is seeing could this man right here, Dragon Lee, leave with the NXT title, North American title indeed, with his hands in the raised in the token of victory. Only time will tell on that stuff. But it's going to be intriguing to see uh, how this is going to go next week between them and how this is going to go and stuff. A lot of factors, even to Mustafa Ali saying that he wants to know why he has to wait and not how Dragon Lee get a shot that quickly than him. Well, Mustafa Ali said he's going to appear on Monday Night Raw to answer that question and see what's going on. So Mustafa Ali trying to see what's next and stuff. So only time will tell on Mustafa Ali on what to do. Coffee was in action. Joe Coffee was in action. I think he meets either the winner for North for the cup. So we'll get to see that as well. This was the match right here. Coffee was involved in a match. Duke Hudson and a lot of others. It was like a round robin style match. And Coffee went against Nathan Frazier. So I guess we're gonna see Coffee versus Nathan Frazier next week. Winner will meet Noam Dar and No Mercy for the champion. Winner meets Noam Dar for the Heritage Cup title. So we're gonna get to see that match um eventually. See how that's gonna go. So, well, it was main event time. As you see right here, Becky Lynch went against Katita James and Tiffany Stratton. We told you earlier, um, Becky Lynch will defend her women's championship. Becky Lynch will defend the gold against Katita James. We'll see that match at No Mercy. And merely 2 weeks from now, Becky Lynch set to defend the NXT Women's Championship against Tiffany Stratton. I'm about to say Katina James, but it's Tiffany Stratton will get her shot at the her rematch for the NFC Championship women's title. We'll see that match coming up, and whatever that might be. So we'll get to see that match. We'll get to see that eventually. One at No Mercy, 1 week from Saturday. So we'll get to see that match. However that match may play out and be. So, however it may be, so we'll see how it's gonna go. But it was main event time. This was the main event of the evening. The main event of the evening was Becky Lynch teaming up with really no one but herself at first. Becky Lynch came out there like a true warrior, and that's what kind of went down and stuff. Becky Lynch came out there to set the NXT Women's title, not Women's title, but set the NXT Women's. But we found out that Becky Lynch put out the gauntlet that she wants to beat Tiffany. Tiffany Stratton came out there and hit her with a chair. Becky Lynch didn't know how to do and how to take it. Well, she said, "Say, oh yeah." She wants the Screen Rules match, and she kind of figured Tiffany was gonna go there after being frustrated of losing her women's title. Well, Tiffany Stratton get an opportunity in 2 weeks from now to get her title back. This time in a Scream Rules match. So we'll see it 1 week from Saturday how that's gonna play out eventually. So we'll see this match coming about. Becky Lynch versus Tiffany Stratton next week for NXT. Well, this is the photo of champions right now. This is the champions roll call right now. There's we can tell NXT champion Carmelo Hayes and the new women's champion Becky Lynch are on the cover. Noam Dar, the Heritage champion, Dominic Mysterio, the North American champion, tag team champions are Stacks and Dimes. They are the NXT tag team champions. So everything even out for NXT. Speaking of that, a lot of people saying Randy Orton was spotted in Orlando. Is he on the verge of making a comeback? Randy Orton, coming back. We heard about him having back problems. So this is the first time Randy Orton he'll be coming back shortly. So hopefully everything's coming along for Randy Orton. Plus, too, we talked about this. We're hearing breaking news that Endeavor, WWE's new parent company, they're talking about bringing in soccer star Cristiano Ronaldo for Crown Jewel. I don't know what Cristiano Ronaldo is going to do, but you can tell this is now more Endeavor than it was used to be WWE. So we're getting Cristiano Ronaldo coming back, but not coming back, but coming into WWE and what role he's going to play going forward. So we just have to wait and see on that. So, hey, how that's going to go. All right, that's going to do it for the Pro Wrestling Show. NXT Ring Report. We getting back on track now. We got the companion piece for the Raw Ring Report. If you want to watch that earlier today, got this piece from late on night. Look for tomorrow in AEW Grand Slam, the biggest AEW Grand Slam. So we'll see that for Dynamite Grand Slam. So for me being Kendra Dix saying so long, we'll see you tomorrow night for AEW Grand Slam. See you later.